Welcome. This is another live stream. This is my third live stream going live on this YouTube channel. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And today again we have some topics that we are going to discuss about them. They are more interesting compared to the last ones. So don't mind the noise coming from outside because today we have people in the house. So the house is occupied. So there will be spontaneous sounds coming from everywhere. But I hope my sound is coming clearly to you and you can hear my sound very clear. So today we're going to talk about, as you have seen on the title, again, I'm always prepared. I have the list that I have written, the kind of things that we're going to talk about. So we're going to discuss about 9 essential skills that employers are looking for in order to employ you as an employee. So today we are not going to focus more on the education side, the university or college, but this now comes after maybe you have finished with your education, maybe you have already graduated, you are done with learning. Okay, so maybe you might not been, okay, I don't know what I'm saying. So learning is, you cannot complete learning. You cannot, learning is a process, so you cannot say that you have completed your learning process because of it, every day you're learning something new. But I'm talking about school learning, the high school or the university level learning. So maybe you are done with that. So you are out here maybe searching for a job, or maybe you're not even looking for a job, but you are looking to do something meaningful with your life, which is to do some work, and maybe you want someone to employ you. So that's why we are going to talk about 5 essentials that every employer might have in order for you to get employed. So I've done research. It's not that I'm an expert in this area, but I've done research and also interacting with my several employers because I've done some hustles in some companies, and I've interacted with the bosses, and you can see the type of skills or the type of attitude that they are looking for, an employee in order for them to work in their company. So today we're going to go live for, again, approximately 30 minutes. Yes, so immediately 30 minutes clocks, we are going to end this live. Yeah, because we'll have finished what we are talking about. Yeah, so I've learned some few things on how to interact with this live interface, YouTube live interface. I can see the share button, but I can't share right now because it might pop up some things there and it might be very difficult for me to control. Yeah. Yeah, I can see some icons here. Also, there are also effects. You can add some skin effects, but I don't want to add some skin effects. Those are filters. Yeah, are filters. I can see the comment icon there. As all my messages are visible. If you text, my messages will be visible. And also I can decide to hide all it. Okay, so I'm learning on how to navigate this live chat. Yes. Okay, so it has popped some things there, but I don't want to interact with them because it might end this live. Okay, maybe later. Okay, so let's start. Let's kick off with our first thing that we're going to talk about. So you may be watching this live later. So maybe you're watching right now, which is not live. So thank you so much. Welcome. And so let's kick off with our first topic that we want to talk about. So there are in two sections. So it is 5 essential skills that employers are looking to employ you as an employee to their company. So some employers may look for skills, but some other employers may look for attitude other than skills, because they say that hire for attitude and you can train the skill. So for a person to work in your company, some employers requires you to have a good attitude that it is workable with others, like for you to be a team player. Okay, so let's start with the other side, whereby the employers are looking for skills, are not looking for attitude. And we're going to look 5 points on that side and the 5 points on where the employees are looking for attitude rather than the skills. So where the employees are looking for skills, the number one skill that employers normally look for is, number one is collaboration. How do you collab with your team members? So you are working in a company. There are, of course, there are some other employees in that company. How are you going to work with them in order for you to create like a communal workspace, a peaceful workplace, whereby there will be no, the normal arguments between the employees. So the number one skill that employers are looking for is collaboration. How is your teamwork? How do you work with others? Yes, so that is the first point. The second point we have is creativity and innovation. How creative are you and how innovative are you? So creativity is about coming up with something new. Okay, they normally say there's nothing new under the sun, but you can create something new that it has not been there for maybe a while. Maybe people have not engaged with it for a long time. So you are creating it, you are owning it with your own style. So that is creativity. You are creating something new. And innovation is using an already existing creativity just to amplify it. For example, you have found a building, an old building. It is old. You want to make it new. So what are you going to do? You're going to innovate, because the building already existed. So you're not going to demolish the old building. You're going to just to furnish the building. So that is innovation. Creativity now, it will need you to demolish the building and create another building. So if you have skills of creativity and you are innovative, then you may be lucky, because employers are looking for people like that. So when you are creative, it means you are a will, like you're fueling the company to move forward, because it's like you're the energy in that company. When things are changing, when people are moving on with new trends, and you are a creative person in a company, you're working in a company, that company will survive that new era, that things are moving. And when there is nothing that is trending, then you as an employee who has innovative skills, then you can try to innovate things that already existed in that company and make the company to be relevant again to the public. So you need to be creative and innovative. So the first point we said was you need to have skills of collaboration. You need to be a team player. And the second thing, you need to be creative and innovative. Yeah, so welcome. I'm seeing someone is watching. You can just say hi. Yeah, and I'll be happy to engage. Okay, so those are the two of the 5 essential skills that employers may be looking for when they are going to employ someone. Yes. So we are going to the third point. I said I have a list here that I prepared for you, so I'm not just going to create things on my mind or maybe yeah. So the third thing is communication. This is a benefit for people who has studied communication, maybe in the university or in the college, because I think communication is one of the common units in every course that that you have pursued in the university, or maybe you're pursuing. And if maybe you have not reached that university level, maybe you ended your education at the high school level, still communication is an essential key for you to work in a company. Majorly, most companies are looking for um, professional people to work in some big areas. They need people that are good in communication. So in communication, it simply means you have a skill whereby you can communicate with people effectively, pass a message effectively about something that is needed to make the company thrive. Yeah. So it is simply like that. So you need to have communication skills. And I've said it is a benefit for those who have studied, have majored in communication, the university. For example, someone like me who has done journalism and mass communication, yeah, I'm already in that because I'm good in communication. Like right now, I'm communicating with you. Yes, it's a skill that I have, good communication skill. You need to be communicative in order for you to get employed, because you need someone who can communicate to others, like to pass the message effectively and things to be done. Yes, so those are 3 points on 5 essential skills that employers are looking for. Okay, so we are going to the fourth point. The fourth point here is digital skills. Digital skills. So this might be a problem to some, let me say, baby boomers. I don't know if baby boomers are still working, because if you're a baby boomer, that means you are above 60 years of age. And maybe if you're millennial, that means the digital era may have passed you because Gen Zs, the Generation Z, they know better about the digital area compared to the millennials. Yeah, but most millennials, of course, they are majorly now they are the people that are in job, almost all of them. Gen Zs, most of the Gen Zs now, they are now entering that world of working to get employed and to become employers. So you need to have good digital skills, because in a world, in an era that we are in right now, majorly most things, they operate in digital interface. For example, in marketing, when it comes to marketing, you need a videographer, a photographer, an editor. You know, you need someone who knows how to create things through the computer, through the editing softwares. You know, you need to craft things in the computer and then send it to distribute it to other people. You need to know how to communicate with people through the online, the social media. That is digital, because majorly all businesses operate in social media nowadays when it comes to marketing and distributing their products. So if you are someone who has digital skills, then it means it may be easy for you to get employed, because many companies are looking for people with digital skills, because everything right now is operating in the digital workspace. Social medias, everything now is digital. You are talking to people, your company members on a Zoom call. Everything is digital. So you need digital skills. So that is the fourth point. And the fifth point here is problem-solving skills. So if you have all those skills that we have already discussed, the collaboration, you're good in team, you're a good team player, you know how to communicate well, you have digital skills, you are a very creative and innovative person, then it may be now simple or simpler for you to solve a problem. So these solving problem skills, it is really needed when something new arises that is a problem in the company. Yeah. So if you're just okay, so let's say you are employed as someone who is good in digital skills. So if you're someone that can just deal with the problem that is going to exist in the future, maybe a problem that has arisen from whatever that you had created, then that means you don't have any you don't have good problem-solving skills. Problem-solving skills, it means you can solve any kind of problems. So let's say you are employed in a company, and then you found in that company there is a problem that existed before you were employed. So it means that if you are a person who has problem-solving skills, then you can now be able to solve that problem. Yeah, but if you don't have problem-solving skills, it means that you may not be able to solve that problem that you have found there, and you may be able to solve a problem that is going to exist now after you have already been employed in that company. So you need to have that problem-solving skills that you can solve any kind of problem that already existed before even you are employed in that company. Okay, so those are the 5 essential skills that employers are looking for when they're going to employ you as their employee. So